Memorial Day 2011 at the Columbus Motor Speedway brings us the Memorial Day 250. First feature of the afternoon going to be for the open wheel modifieds. 50 laps the distance. Getting set to go racing. Dave Dissinger, Ryan Fleming, George Lindsay, Chad Pendleton, Greg Stapleton, Travis Eddy, Terry Humphrey, and Shane Shirk, the front 8 starters. Chad Pohl will go 9th. Bob Grubaugh will go 10th. As the field continues to warm up here, as we will be going 50 laps for the modifieds. One to go signal shown to the field this time by the Columbus Motor Speedway flagman. Mike Rush, the 07, will go 11th. Daryl McKay will go 12th in the 80. As the Columbus Motor Speedway pace truck pulls ahead of the field. And we are set to go for 50 laps of action with the modifieds. Field rounding corners number 3 and 4. Green flag racing here at Columbus. Still side by side down the backstretch here on the opening lap. Modifieds competitive anywhere they race, and we will have a yellow flag. Problems over in corner number 2. As the 80 car of McKay has trouble, and that will draw the caution flag. No laps scored. It will be a complete restart. Caution flag happened on the opening lap. Still no laps scored. Dissinger and Fleming on the front row. Rounding corners number 3 and 4. Green flag out once again here at Columbus Motor Speedway. Fleming to get the early race lead as he steps out in front. Dissinger going to drop back a little bit here. Cars in single file formation. Stapleton drops into 5th. Travis Eddy, the 78 car, the first car, trying to work the outside lane. Chad Pohl in the 12 gets a little bit loose. Going through the first and second corner. Eddy now into 7th. In the 2, now trying to make a run at the outside lane on Travis Eddy. That's a good battle for the 7th spot. Eddy, 7th, Shirk, 8th, Pohl, 9th. Mike Rush in the 07 moves now into the top 10. Shirk in the 2, take a look out to the outside lane at Travis Eddy. Still here for the 7th spot. Shirk getting the advantage in the outside lane. Travis Eddy in the 78 on the bottom. Shirk with the advantage. He's probably going to get the spot. That time by put Shane Shirk into 7th. Eddy back to 8th. Fleming the 31. The 21 is Chad Pendleton. They're the front 2 cars. Pendleton in the 21 battling hard with Fleming. Travis Eddy back to the bottom on Shane Shirk. Eddy back into the 7th spot. Shirk still working that outside lane. Problems in corner number 2. Travis Eddy in the 78 car loops it. Eddy was in a good battle with Shane Shirk in the 2 car, possibly some contact, didn't quite see what happened, but nonetheless the 78 car of Travis Eddy goes around. That's going to draw out the yellow flag. Eddy and Shirk will go to the tail on the restart here with 12 laps complete in the modifieds 50 here on Memorial Day 2011 at Columbus Motor Speedway. Fleming, Pendleton, Dissinger, Lindsay, and Stapleton, the top 5 coming to green here at Columbus. Lindsay on the bottom gets ahead of Dissinger. That's for the 3rd spot. Good racing here on the restart at Columbus. And problems off of corner number 4. The 8 car spins around here.
Tony Ewing in the 8 car goes into the spin cycle over there on turn 4.
Tony Ewing in the 8 car loops it in corner number 4. That will draw out the yellow flag. Still only 12 laps complete. 38 laps remain still here in the modifieds 50 lap feature. Ryan Fleming still your race leader. Green flag back in the air. Stapleton gets pinched on the bottom. Craig Jackson in the 42 with a loose handling race car. He's going to free fall to near the back of the field. Brian Brewer and Travis Eddy both get by, and so will be the Shirk car. Eddy to the bottom of Brewer. Travis Eddy trying to make his way back up to the field after going to the tail on the last restart. Fleming in the 31. Good battle for the race lead. Lindsay in the 12 looking to join that fight as well. Fleming still holds on to the race lead. 17 laps complete here. Dissinger 4th, Stapleton 5th. By the 2 of Shane Shirk and the 78 of Travis Eddy to get around the slower vehicle. On the 5. And a good battle with the 80 of McKay and the 12 of Pohl up front. 73 car of Dave Dissinger. He gets a little bit loose. He's going to lose a couple of spots. As Dissinger loses a spot to Mike Rush, that's going to put Dissinger back to about 7th. Dissinger 7th, Pohl 8th, McKay 9th, Grubaugh 9th. Reeser in the 0-1 rounds out the top 10. Grubaugh around McKay now. That's for 9th. McKay all kinds of loose here on this hot sunny day at Columbus. Battle for the lead. Pendleton took another look to Fleming on the bottom. Stapleton in the 21 around the outside lane of Lindsay. Stapleton trying to make that outside lane work. He pulls ahead going into the third corner. Now he's going to take get Pendleton for the second spot. Good racing here up front. Greg Stapleton. Pendleton to the bottom of Fleming. And Chad Pendleton is going to get the race lead this time by. George Lindsay in the 12 going to get around Fleming as well. Lindsay up to second, Fleming back to third. Stapleton fourth. Terry Humphrey in the 1, sitting in the 5th spot. Mike Rush up to 6th. Grubauer in the 5. 30 laps complete for the modifieds. 20 laps to go. Now 19 to go as the leaders pass the start-finish line. Ryan Fleming still trying to fend off the 21 car of Greg Stapleton. For the 10th position. Reeser in the 0-1 trying to fend off Shirk. Problems for the 73 of Dissinger. He goes around, does a half spin in the second corner. He'll pull it to the infield. Shirk now around Reeser. Shirk 9th, Reeser 10th. Grubauer in 8th trying to hold off Shirk. The battle is for third. Stapleton to the outside of Fleming. Stapleton going to get the spot. Put Greg Stapleton into the number 3 position. Fleming back to 4th. Humphrey 5th. Rush 6th. The front 2 cars of Pendleton and Lindsay clear the slower car, Greg Jackson. Lindsay's had a couple of good looks on the 21, but nothing concrete. And now we got a spin in corner number 2. 5 car, Grubauer loops it, and that will draw the yellow flag. Pendleton, Lindsay, Stapleton, the top 3. 13 laps to go. Green flag back in the air. For 7th, Chad Pohl and Shane Shirk. Shirk on the outside. Shirk had to go to the tail after a rough driving penalty, but has worked his way back up into the top 8. Razor in the 0-1 sits in the 9th spot. This time by 10 laps to go. Shirk in 7 with just 7 laps to try to get around a couple of more cars. Fleming trying to hold off Rush. Now Shirk to the outside of Mike Rush. That's for 6th. Shirk around Rush. Now Shirk going to work on Fleming. 5 to go. Best battle on the racetrack is here for the number 5 position. Shirk to the outside of Fleming. Brian Fleming was your early race leader, but now drops back just a little bit. Shirk in the 2 car, one of the more competitive cars here in the field. Won here just a couple of nights ago. To go. Front 3 cars, a half a straightaway ahead of 4th. White flag in the air, 49 complete. Up front, it's looking like these 3 cars are going to run this way to the checkered flag. Rounding corners number 3 and 4, your modified feature winner, Chad Pendleton.
Open modified 50 lap affair, $1,250 for the winner, presented by NNN. Well, race fans, you ready to see the start of this 125? That time under hot conditions today, your Memorial Day Monday at Columbus Motor Speedway, with the starting command here again from Buckeye Power Sales is Gary Conrad. Gentlemen, start your engine. Ready to go racing, 125 laps for the CRA Super Series. The southeast side of Columbus, Ohio, where the other big news this Memorial Day is the Ohio State football coach Chip Preston. In battle football coach. Hear me now, everybody get up on your feet, we're going to wave them off. Everybody in 4, stand up and all the way down the front. For Kyle Jones in the number 8 car, Brian Campbell's at 20 of the rest of the field. Buckeye Power Sales 2025. And by How
Race number 3 of the 2011 CRA Super Series Late Models Campaign brings us to the Buckeye State, the Columbus Motor Speedway here, Memorial Day 2011. In the running of the Buckeye Power Sales 125, presented by Howe Racing Enterprises. Kyle Jones in the backup car for Justin Alsop will be your pole sitter. Last week's winner at Bearfield, Brian Campbell, will start second. Third, the 90 of Tim Curry. Fourth, the 72 of Scott Hance. Fifth, the 61 of John Van Dorn. Sixth, the 25 of Ross Kenseth. Gary St. Amant, David Carter, Jeff Lane, Nick Goata. Derek Griffin, Mason Mingus, Terry Fisher Jr., Justin Alsip, the front 14 starters. 125 laps the distance here at Columbus Motor Speedway. Jones and Campbell will bring the field to the green flag. We are racing here at Columbus. Great opening start for Kyle Jones in the 8. Tim Curry immediately to the bottom of Campbell for second. Side by side through corner number 3. Tim Curry looking to make an early move. Tim Curry was the quick qualifier here earlier today, but had to start third after pulling a 3 on the invert. Around Brian Campbell, he'll go into second. Single file formation, 1 through 4. Good battle is for 5th. Hans on the outside of Harry St. Definitely there as well. Lane looking around, Hans on the bottom. St. Amant solidly into the 5th. The battle is now for 6th. Jeff Lane picked up a win earlier this year at Anderson, looking like he's going to clear Scott Hans. Nick Golata of the 131, battling with Hans now as well. Single file down in the front 6 spots. Battle still for 7th. Golata on the bottom, Hans on the top. David Carter battling with Ross Kenseth there as well. And we have a yellow flag as problems in corner number 3 for the 81 car of Terry Fisher Jr. Terry Fisher Jr. has been fighting that race car pretty much the majority of the afternoon. And he'll loop it with just 3 laps complete here in the BPS 125. Some pretty heavy damage done to the 15 car of Damon Eckhoff on that caution flag, as well as he made contact with the spinning car of Terry Fisher Jr. Back to green flag racing, 3 laps complete, 122 laps to go. Tim Curry going to go to the outside lane, and Kyle Jones here on this restart in the number 2 position. Jones going to pull ahead just a little bit. Brian Campbell sits in third. Side by side support from Curry in the 90 going to bide his time and see what he can do with the 8 car of Kyle Jones. Jones, a long-time modified competitor around the Ohio area. Jeff Lane now at the bottom of Van Dorn. That's the battle for 5th. Jeff Lane clears Van Dorn down the back stretch. That's going to put Van Dorn back to 6th. Hans 7th. David Carter 8th. Ross Kenseth 9th. Nick Golata 10th. Mason Mingus in the 811 trying to get the 11th spot away from Derek Griffin. Griffin's teammate Tyler Ward 6th and 13th. Mike Stacy 14th. Rounding out the top 15 here in the early stages, the 2 car of Kenny Tweedy. Mingus to the inside of Griffin. Mason Mingus put him up another spot. That's going to put him into about the 11th position. Side by side for the 8th spot. Carter on the outside. Kenseth on the inside. Ross Kenseth. And that time to line. Ross Kenseth, always a strong competitor when he runs in CRA competition. Ross Kenseth clears him down the back stretch. Carter still working the high side. Yellow flag will go in the air once again. Problems on the back straightaway. The 1 car of Cincinnati, Ohio driver Jeep Flume with problems.
Ready to go green.
Other problems down in corner number 1, the 28 car of Justin Alsip and the 84 of Jay Newick. All kinds of action going on here at Columbus Motor Speedway. 10 laps complete, 115 to go. Jones, Curry, Campbell, St. Amant, Lane. 10 laps complete, 115 to go. Back to green flag racing at Columbus Motor Speedway. Side by side down the back straightaway. Curry still working here against Kyle Jones. Now he clears Jones as they head through the 1st and 2nd corners. Brian Campbell to the outside of Jones now for 2nd. Brian Campbell, the victor last Sunday at the Bearfield Speedway. Looking like he's going to get the Gary St. Amant in the 3 Jigs car. He gets a little bit loose. That opens up the bottom lane for Jeff Lane. Lane was the winner in the first race at Anderson. Back at the beginning of the St. Amant 5th, 6th Van Dorn. Battle is for 7th. Ross Kenseth in the 25 on the outside of Scott Hance. Hance gets a little bit loose down the backstretch. That's going to let Kenseth pull ahead. Hance almost touches the back of Kenseth. Kenseth clears it. Ross Kenseth into 7th. Hance 8th, Galata 9th. Mason Mingus rounding out the top 10. Jim Crabtree Jr. gets a little bit loose and spins around here on the front stretch. He's out of harm's way, but the caution flag will come out. Cautions in the first 16 laps. Going to try to get some green flag racing under our belts here at Columbus. Tim Curry and Brian Campbell on the front row for this restart. Back to racing action. Tim Curry, the 90, finally gets ahead of Brian Campbell. Good battle for 3rd. Jeff Lane on the bottom. Kyle Jones on the outside. Jeff Lane, the Ed Martin Auto Group, car number 11. Kyle Jones, the Charlie's A1 Auto Body, White Allen Chevrolet, car number 8. Gary St. Amant in the Jigs mail order, car number 3, sitting in the number 5 position. St. Amant, a longtime competitor on the ASA National Tour. Whoa, Kyle Jones gets a little bit loose. As well as opening the door for the 25 of Ross Kenseth. Kenseth on the bottom, down the back straightaway, trying to get away the number 5 spot. Jones in that 8 car stuck on the outside lane. Nick Galata, the 131 on the bottom now. Galata clears Jones now. That's for 6th. Kenseth 5th, Galata 6th, Jones 7th, Van Dorn 8th, Mingus 9th, Scott Hance in the 72 rounds out the top 10. Good battle back in the pack, the 51 of Brandon Oakley battling with the 125 of David Carter. Good racing action here near the back of the field. Campbell hounding all over the back of the 90 car of the Michigan driver Tim Curry. 30 laps complete, that time by. 8. Curry, the leader, Campbell second, and then the Hoosier of Jeff Lane sits in third. Ohio's Gary St. Amant is fourth. Illinois' Ross Kenson sits in fifth. Campbell still working the back bumper at Tim Curry very hard. Problems with the 61 at John Van Dorn. He's slow on the bottom of the racetrack, looking to probably take that car pit side. Problems for the second week in a row for the 61. Coopersville, Michigan's John Van Dorn. Back up at the front of the field. Campbell in the 20, Curry in the 90. Campbell takes a look at the outside lane. Curry drifts to the high side. That opens at the bottom for just a second for Brian Campbell. Curry slams the door. Mason Mingus in the 811, Derek Griffin in the 4. Mingus had a strong run to start the year. Anderson had a solid effort last week at Bearfield. Mingus to the bottom of Hance. Hance also with a solid top 5 effort last week at Bearfield Speedway. Led a lot of laps in the middle stages of the race. Up front, Brian Campbell again, taking it to the high side of Tim Curry. He's got a fender on him down the back straightaway. Drifts a little bit high. Curry trying to throw the block. Curry succeeds. Curry drifts up a little bit. That opens up the bottom ever so slightly for Brian Campbell. Campbell to no avail that time. Meanwhile, Jeff Lane and 11 closing in on both of them. Campbell with a fender on the bottom of Curry. Side by side down into the first corner. Side. Campbell with a nose down the backstretch going into the third and fourth corners. That time by lap 43. Brian Campbell now clears Tim Curry and is your new race leader. Curry back to second. Lane still sitting in third. Rounds out the top 5. 6th is Gawada. 7th is Jones. 8th is Mingus. 9th is Hance. 10th is Griffin. 11th the 115 of Joey Miller. 12th is Sue Tweedy. 13th Tyler Rorik. 14th Jason Deach. 15th the 5 of Mike Stacy. Approaches the 04 of Matt Hall. About a half a straightaway lead. the McGonigal Engine Performance Perfect Circle Race Cars. Ford car number 20, Wyoming driver Brian Campbell. As we complete 50 laps, 75 to go. Curry and Lane, both working lap traffic. Kenseth on the bottom, gets around. Gary St. Amant, Ross Kenseth into fourth. Seventh. Mingus is riding pretty steady right now. Mingus takes a look at the bottom of the line of the lap car. Hall gonna play a role in this one. They're gonna split the 0-4 of Hall down the backstretch. Hall pushes off the 81-1 car. Mingus has to check up. He loses a spot. Lost all kinds of momentum on that one. Derek Griffin's going to get by Scott Hance and get around Mason Mingus here potentially. Second lead over second place, Tim Curry. Around the outside, Jeff Blaine works the 25 of Ross Kenseth. Battle is for third. The Blaine's Farm and Fleet, car number 25 of Spring Valley, Illinois, driver Ross Kenseth. Battling with the Ed Martin Auto Group, car number 11 of Jeff Blaine. Harry St. Amant in the 3, sitting idle in 5th. Blaine drifts to the high side now. Kenseth on the bottom. Kenseth with a good look on the bottom now on the racetrack. And with that move, Ross Kenseth pulls ahead ever so slightly. And now we have a caution flag on the racetrack. Tough break for the 8 car of Kyle Jones as Kyle Jones loops it in corner number 2. The pole sitter in the car number 8, the A1 Auto Body White Allen Chevrolet of Germantown, Ohio driver Kyle Jones spins at lap 64. Good green flag run on the last stretch. 64 laps complete, 61 to go. Campbell, Curry, Kenseth, Lane, and St. Amant, the top 5. Back to green flag racing. Kenseth immediately to the bottom of Tim Curry, headed in the back straightaway, looking to get away the second possession. Tim Curry back to third. Ross Kenseth up to second. And now Kenseth. Oh, problems for Campbell. Brian Campbell loses power on the front stretch. Oh, he had the dominant car here on the last green flag stretch, and Brian Campbell with problems. Campbell will head to the pits. So Campbell with problems, he'll head pit side. The crew going to take a look now at the Perfect Circle race cars. McGonigal Engine Performance Ford, and now the Plains Farm and Fleet Ford Fusion Spring Valley, Illinois driver Ross Simpson into the race lead. Tim Curry back into the second spot. Jeff Lane still sits third. Now the 115 of Joey Miller. St. Amant back to fifth, and St. Amant sitting in fifth may lose it to Scott Hance. Lane third, Miller fourth. Good battle here for fifth. St. Amant and Hance. Fifth. Oh, the 115 of Miller gets in the back of Jeff Lane. Lane spins, and then the 72 of Hance gets tagged in the back of the race car. Both cars go around, yellow flag out. '71 complete, 54 to go. Kenseth, Curry, Hance, St. Amant, and Galata, the top five. Back to green. Ross Kenseth, the jump on the restart. Curry still hanging on the outside, but now drops back into single file behind Kenseth. Battle is for third. Hance and St. Amant still continue to battle. On the top side, St. Amant continues to work against Hance, but now Hance going to pull ahead just a little bit. St. Amant battles back to the outside. St. Amant pulls him back now ahead of Nick Galata. Hance gets the spot for third. Galata, the 131, battling with St. Amant here for fourth. The North Canton, Ohio driver, Nick Galata, trying to have a strong run here this afternoon in Columbus. Galata into fourth. St. Amant back to fifth. Sixth sits Kenny Tweedy. Battles with Terry Fisher Jr. Joey Miller in the 115, back mired there as well. Stacy to the inside of Oakley. Good racing here near mid-pack. Stacy pulling ahead of Oakley. Stacy clears Oakley down the backstretch. Lane running by himself. Joey Miller looking to clear Terry Fisher Jr. Trying to challenge Tim Curry a little bit for the second position. St. Amant and Tweedy, the top six. He'll set sail here on Jason Deach and try to get another spot. Killcare Speedway over in Xenia, Ohio, near Dayton. Mike Stacy up another spot. Around Jason Beach he goes. Jason Mingus, 7th. 8th, Derek Griffin. 9th, Mike Stacy. 10th, Jason Deach. On the bottom. Former ASA and NASCAR truck star Joey Miller clearing Jeff Lane. Sixth position gets the Mason Mingus. Mingus gets around Kenny Tweedy. Mingus with a good run here today. Gets a little bit loose. Mingus gets another spot. Mason Mingus in the 811. Know where you dig. Chevrolet up into the top 5. Battle for second. 72. Battling with Tim Curry. Curry using the lap traffic to his advantage. Racing really getting hot and heavy here with 97 laps complete and trouble on the front stretch. Brandon Oakley in the 51 does a half spin off the final corner, and that draws the yellow flag out here once again today. 28 circuits remaining here in the BPS 125. 98 laps complete, 27 to go. Kenseth, Curry, Hance, St. Amant, Mingus go out of the front half dozen. Back to green flag racing, the attempted run to the checkers. Action gonna definitely get hot and heavy in the final 27 laps. Hance takes a look to the bottom of Curry. That's for the number 2 possession. Side by side through the final corner. The outside lane has not been friendly to a lot of guys through the entire day here. Curry stuck on the high side. Hance on the bottom. Curry gets a little bit loose, drifts a little bit high. He loses 2 spots. Hance to second, Mingus to third, St. Amant to fourth. Tim Curry all the way back to fifth. Yellow flag comes out at lap number 102 as the 99 car has problems over in corner number 2. 99 is Don Mahaffey. Mahaffey, a frequent competitor on the main event Racing Series Outlaw Super Late Model Tour. 23 circuits remaining in the BPS 125. Ross Kenseth, Scott Hance, Mason Mingus, Tim Curry, and Kenny Tweedy, the top 5. Back to green. We saw a good battle with this lead duo last year at Winchester in the Manning Service 100. Kenseth pulls back into the race lead. Mingus on the bottom of Tim Curry for the 3rd spot. Curry in the outside lane, pulls ahead of Mingus for just a little bit, drifts high. Mingus back to the bottom. Tim Curry clears Mingus on the outside. Curry back to 3rd. Mike Stacy has had a solid drive here this afternoon. He pulls into the number 6 position ahead of Nick Galata and Derek Griffin. Galata and Griffin side by side. That's for 7th. Circuits remaining. Ross Kenseth with about a 6-car length advantage over Scott Hance. Curry right behind Hance in 3rd. Mingus 4th. Tweedy 5th. Stacy 6th. Galata 7th. Griffin 8th. Newick 9th. And Jeff Lane in the 11 rounds out the top 10. Over in corner number 2, Mike Stacy loops it and collects 5 other cars. Galata, the 131, the 4 of Derek Griffin, the 11 at Jeff Lane, and the 63 at Jim Crabtree, all stopped over in corner number 2. Some pretty heavy damage done to the Howe Racing Enterprises car number 5 of Mike Stacy. Yellow flag back out, lap 110. 15 laps till the checkered flag falls in this BPS 125. Ross Kenseth, Scott Hance, Tim Curry, Mason Mingus, and Kenny Tweedy, the front 5 cars as we go back to green flag racing. Side by side for the race lead, down the back straightaway. Hance battling hard with Ross Kenseth. Kenseth clears him down the front stretch. Hance gonna fall back in line. Curry does as well. Mingus in 4th, Tweedy 5th. Lane makes a bid for 6th on the inside at Jay Newick. Jay Newick's car looks a lot like the Bob Seneca car from many years ago. Seneca with a lot of success here at the Columbus racetrack many years ago in ASA. Tyler Rurik to the bottom of Newick on the bottom. And Tyler Rurik's in a clearing. That'll put Rurik into 7th, and Newick spins. Oakley in the 51 goes drifting to the outside wall. Derek Griffin in the 4 spins to miss the accident. And I don't think Griffin hit anything, and he'll get that race car back going, but nonetheless, yellow flag out. 11 laps to go. It's been an action-packed first 114 laps of the BPS 125. 11 circuits to the finish. Ross Kenseth and Scott Hance bring the field back to the green flag. Kenseth back out front, this time by 2 hands will go in the air by the flagman. 10 laps to go. Curry to the bottom of Kenseth. Curry and Kenseth bang off the second corner. That opens the door for Hans on the bottom. Hans can't get the spot, but Tim Curry back to the race lead. Curry the leader, Kenseth back to second. Hans battling with Kenseth for second. Fourth, Mingus. Fifth, Lane. Lane on the outside. Sixth is Tweedy. Still side by side for second is Hans and Kenseth. 9 to go. Side by side for fifth, Jeff Lane around the high side of Kenny Tweedy. Lane's already got 1 victory on the year, and he's got another top 5 to accompany that. Here in race 3, Lane looking to have another strong outing. 6 circuits remaining. A Michigan native, an Illinois native, and an Indiana native, the front 3 spots. Tim Curry will come to the 5 to go signal, this time by. And problems up in the 4th and final corner. Jay Newick and Colin Nikolai both looping around, and that's going to draw the caution flag here once again. 5 laps to go in the BPS 125. Potentially the final run to the checkered flag. 5 laps to go. Curry, Kenseth, Hans, Mingus, Tweedy, the top 5. Back to green. Curry darts to the race lead. Kenseth going to try to battle back. Down the back straightaway they go. Kenseth opens up the bottom door for Hans. Hans gets into the back of Kenseth a little bit. 4 to go. Kenseth trying to chase down Curry. Curry opens up the bottom lane for Kenseth. Kenseth to the inside. Crowd gets up on their feet for this one. Kenseth side by side with Curry. 3 laps to go. Spring Valley, Illinois driver, the Blaine's Farm and Fleet Ford, Ross Kenseth battling with car number 90 of Tim Curry. Mingus and Griffin get into it just a little bit. 2 to go. Ross Kenseth back to the lead. Kenseth clears Curry. Curry going to have to hold off Hans. Coming to the white flag. Final circuit. White flag for Ross Kenseth. He won his first ever appearance at the Winchester Speedway back last May. And his first appearance here at Columbus is going to be the same result. The Blaine's Farm and Fleet Ford. Ross Kenseth wins the BPS 125. Tim Curry second, Scott Hans third. Fourth to Mason Mingus, and Kenny Tweedy will round out the top 5.
Get a word with our top finishers in a moment. Let's hear for all these drivers, the CRA Super Series. Hot out there, but man, alive, was that a race. Lots of twists and turns, passing and passing back. Oh my word, what a great show. First ever appearance here at Columbus Motor Speedway for the second generation driver. Top 2 finishers pulling to the front stretch. How about the show these guys put on today? Wow. CRA Super Series racing always exciting, and they lived up to those expectations. Your winner, Ross Kenseth. There is Ross Kenseth has climbed out from behind the wheel of the car. I'm thinking we're going to have, this is going to be pretty quotable, so if you want to write down some quotes here, I think we're going to get some good ones here in just a minute. Couple more races yet to go this afternoon. Wow. What a race. Congratulations, Ross. A little bit warm out there today. Yeah. Thanks to all these fans coming out. It was a hot day. It was awesome. They're all here. Big thanks to all my sponsors from Fleet Back Arm, Ford, Railback, Sparco, Beverly, Pathfinder Taxi. This is the first time up here, and we struggled a lot during practice. We had to hard for the race. First time appearance at ORP. You picked up a win last year. First time appearance at, lost my train of thought, as Tim Curry, a little overheated there in the 90 car as he gets out and takes the seat on the asphalt. Not going to be any cooler down there. First time appearance at Winchester. You picked up a win last year. First time appearance has worked out pretty good for you. Yeah, definitely. These guys are really good at getting stuff right away off the truck. So we didn't really do a whole lot. Brian Campbell sucks to you, bro. He was really fast. He was always fast kind of track. A little cool to beat him without him breaking. Big thanks to all these guys. Some 10, 15 years ago, your dad picked up a top 5 finish in the main event race here in Columbus. Did he remember much about the track? Did he give you any hints? Butch Miller won, right? Yes, probably. I thought yes or no. Yeah, he told me I'm not going to like it very much. It's really flat, really slow, but wow, what a great race today. Big time handling track, and your car handled great, right on the bottom today. Yeah, it's really technical. I thought we had a little Spanish for motors, 9-to-1 there on crazy stuff, so it was a lot of fun though. Okay, lastly, we're going to talk about the lead pass. He was able to get you on a restart. You're trying to hold off Panthers on the outside, and Tim Curry gets you on the bottom. Well, then you have another restart. You went right back to the bottom, got him, just about the same way. Yeah, I wasn't very happy with how he did that. He put down a lot nicer. I gave him a little bit of room here. I mean, all the way up to the third room, so I was very happy. But if I really won the thing, I'd be a little more upset if I didn't win it. So, big thanks to all these guys. Good run. Thank you very much. Ross Kenseth, the winner this afternoon in the CRA Super Series late model.
The Open Compacts on track now here at Columbus Motor Speedway as they get set to go for feature racing action here today. Eddie Smith, Joshua Meckham, Lonnie Brown, Ronald Seegers, Brandon Coleman, Corey Kyer, James Colley, Brian Lynch, Brian Bivens, Rob Smith, Bill McElfresh, Brian Wetnell, Les Stevenson, James DeVono, Jason Dennis, Michael Robinson, David Lucas, Christian Bullock, Bo Holscher, Donnie West, the front 20 cars. 29 cars total will take the green flag here with the Open Compacts. A great turnout here today for the front-wheel drive compacts feature event at Columbus Motor Speedway, part of Memorial Day 2011. Eddie Smith and Joshua Meckham on the front row getting set for green flag racing here again at Columbus Motor Speedway. Eddie Smith and Josh Meckham the front row. Smith is going to jump into the early race lead. Lonnie Brown on the bottom making a bid for the second position. Rounding corners number 3 and 4 to complete lap number 1. A couple of cars get into it on the backstretch. That's Tommy Brown and Jason Parsons. Actually, that's Jeremy Purdy. Three wide racing in the middle of the pack. Joshua Meckham in the 69, goes into the number 2 position. Brown, the 19, battling with Ronnie Seegers in car number 29. Seegers is going to get the number 3 position. The 84, Brandon Coleman, making a bid for the spot as well. And a caution flag is going to come out with 6 laps complete. The 22 car with problems over in corner number 2. The 22 of Rob Smith with problems. That brings out the yellow flag for the first time today in the compacts feature. Eddie Smith will be the restart leader, and on the outside of him will be the 19 car of Lonnie Brown. 69, Joshua Meckham. Then the 12 car of James Colley will be on the outside of him, and then rounding out the top 5 will be the 29 of Ronald Seegers. 5 laps complete, coming back to green flag racing in the front-wheel drive compacts feature event. Tussle in the middle part of the field. That bundles the whole field up, and that lets the front 3 cars get a decent lead ahead of the rest of the pack. 3 wide for the race lead. Lonnie Brown on the bottom in the 19. Battling with Eddie Smith on the outside. Lonnie Brown, your new race leader. Black flag shown to the 29 of Ronald Seegers. He'll head to the pit area. Race officials showing the black flag to several cars on the racetrack. Lonnie Brown in the 19 with about a half a straightaway lead over the second place car. That's car number 27. Bo Hostler into second in the 27 car, and he is gaining on the race leader. Brown gets around the slower vehicle of Brian Brewer, and a problem with cars on the front stretch. And the 0 car belts the outside wall trying to avoid the already wrecked automobile. That's the 0 of Chris Abbott as he hammers the outside retaining wall. Trying to avoid the 32 car of Brian Wetnell. Wetnell was already spun around. So a hard accident for the 0 car here on the front straightaway of Chris Abbott. Yellow flag out, 15 laps complete. Lonnie Brown, your race leader. Bo Hostler sits in second, set to go back. Green flag racing, 14 laps complete in this 25-lap event. 11 laps remaining, back to green flag racing here at Columbus Motor Speedway. Problems for the 35 car. He gets into somebody very hard along the back straightaway. 35 car Eddie Smith hard into the outside wall, and that's going to bring back out the yellow flag with 15 laps complete. Lonnie Brown still the race leader with 15 laps complete in the compacts feature here at Columbus Motor Speedway. Bo Holscher on the outside of the front row. Restart. Holscher in the 27, restarted it right behind Brown. Great battle up front here. Holscher looking to the outside of Lonnie Brown, rounding corners number 3 and 4. Brown slams the door. Holscher back on the outside, 18 complete, 7 to go. Down the backstretch, Holscher looking to get the lead away from Brown. Brown has been the dominator here in the first 17 circuits. 6 to go. Holscher pulling ahead, just a little bit of Lonnie Brown. This time by 5 circuits remaining. New race leader, Bo Holscher. Lonnie Brown almost gets turned around by another car. Brown's gonna lose just a couple of spots on this one. Tough break for the 19 car, Lonnie Brown. Meanwhile, Bo Holscher out to a 7 car length advantage. Compact guys doing a good job today, mixing it up out on the racetrack. Your leader in car number 27, Bo Holscher takes the white flag. Final circuit. Lonnie Brown led the majority of this race, but rounding corners number 3 and 4, your compacts winner, Bo Holscher in car number 27.
Rough driving the call on David Lucas. Reason for his disqualification.
The sports stocks on track now to finish off Memorial Day 2011 at Columbus Motor Speedway. Bill Ramey in 22 going to lead the field to green here for 50 laps action. Steve Hersey, Phil Gussler Sr., John Haney, Ralph Vinson, Phil Gussler Jr., Jason Bartram, Scott Allen, Mike Litchfield, and Joe Hensel. Jeff Albright, Joe Bateman, the field of cars here as we get set to go for the final feature here this afternoon. The Columbus Motor Speedway Sports Stock's gonna finish off the day. Rounding corners number 3 and 4, green flag racing. And that start is gonna be waved off. Complete restart coming for the Columbus Sports Stocks. Originally scheduled for 50 laps, cut to 30 laps earlier today prior to the drivers' meeting. Green flag back in the air. Bill Ramey, the 22, the race leader. Phil Gussler Sr. in second. Phil Gussler Jr. sits in third.
One lap in the record book. And it's Bill Ramey.
Gussler Jr. on the bottom of Gussler Sr. This is a battle for second.
Memorial Day Monday racing action here at the third mile. Sports stock event brought to you by All City Auto Wrecking. On the way in that Ford. He can pull off the victory. Randy will also pick up a $100 bonus.
Phil Gussler Jr. in second, trying to make a bid on Billy Ramey for the race lead. Pass for second, Mike Litchfield in the 95 goes into second spot. Litchfield now set sail on Bill Ramey. Litchfield on the outside. Litchfield was your second quick qualifier here this afternoon. Quick qualifier Joe Hensel sits in the number 4 position. Litchfield to the outside of Ramey. Litchfield, your new race leader. This time by 9 laps complete, 21 laps to go. Mike Litchfield had to about a 9 car length advantage over Bill Ramey. Phil Gussler Jr. sits in third. Quick qualifier, Joe Hensel in fourth. Fifth, the 121 of Steve Hersey. Gussler hounding the back bumper of the 22 car of Bill Ramey. Half Northway that time by. Yellow flag out on the racetrack. Caution flag comes out with 15 laps complete, 15 laps to go. Mike Litchfield, your race leader, 15 laps complete, 15 laps to go. Back to green flag racing at Columbus Motor Speedway. Caution flag comes out with 18 laps complete. 3 cars tangle over in corner number 2. Joe Hensel in the 5. The 44 is Ralph Vinson. And the 121 is Steve Hersey. Yellow flag comes out. 12 laps to go. Track is good. Lineup is correct. 12 laps remaining. Mike Litchfield, Bill Ramey, the front 2 cars. 21 car, Phil Gussler Jr. sits in 3rd. Back to green flag racing here at Memorial Day 2011. '73 car spins on the front straightaway. Waiting to see if he can get this one going, and indeed he cannot. Yellow flag back out. '73 car, Jason Bartram with problems on the front straightaway. So we will line these cars back up and try it once again. 6 cars remaining on track. 12 circuits remaining still in the Sports Stocks feature. All part of the Memorial Day celebration here at Columbus Motor Speedway. Mike Litchfield back to green flag racing. Litchfield the race leader. Ramey in second, trying to hold off the 3rd place car of Gussler. Gussler to the bottom of Ramey. Ramey slams the door, going down to the turn number 1. This time by 10 circuits remaining for Mike Litchfield. Jason Bartram to the outside of Phil Gussler Sr. That's the battle for 5th. The way this race has been, any more attrition and then everybody remaining will have a top 5 finish. Gussler Jr. pressures Bill Ramey for 2nd. Gussler Sr. trying to hold off Bartram. That's for 5th. 121 of Steve Hersey sits in 4th. Litchfield out front, 8 circuits remaining. Litchfield in the 95, out in front by more than half a straightaway. Coasting away with this one as of right now. Ramey still trying to hold off Gussler for 2nd. This time by Jim Fall puts one hand in the air. 5 circuits remaining. 121 car, Steve Hersey loops it around here in corner number 4, waiting to see if the yellow flag comes out. Now it indeed will.
Top 5, Mike Litchfield, Bill Rankin, Bill Gessler Jr., Steve Hersey, and Jason Barstrom.
Litchfield brings the field around corners number 3 and 4. 5 laps to go. Green flag back in the air. Bill Ramey loses a spot to Phil Gessler Jr. in the 21 car. Gessler up to second. Ramey back to third. Bartram in the 73 trying to make a bid for third now around Ramey. Side-by-side battles for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Here in the only 6 cars remaining on the racetrack. 3 to go, signal shown, this time by.
Landing laps, the big sports stock feature here at Columbus Motor Speedway. Bill Gessler Jr. has gotten around Bill Rankin.
Phil Gessler Jr. in the 21 trying to chase down Mike Litchfield. 2 circuits remaining. Can Litchfield hold off the 21 car? Phil Gessler Jr. trying to get around Litchfield. Final circuit. 1 to go signal up in the air. Battling down the backstretch. Gessler trying to close and seal this one off. Litchfield holds him down the backstretch. Litchfield holding the bottom. Rounding corners number 3 and 4. The Sports Stocks winner coming to the line. Mike Litchfield. Gessler, Bartram, and then it's Ramey and Steve Hersey rounding out the top 5 as Phil Gessler Sr. will be the only car finishing left in the field, finishing 6th, and that's going to finish off Memorial Day 2011 here at the Columbus Motor Speedway.